tarts are made of a pre-baked crust topped with pastry cream, fruit, and a glaze. Because they utilize fresh fruit, they must be made fresh daily and served immediately to preserve the texture of the crispy crust. One of the big advantages of this method is that it can be prepared quickly and modified easily with different fruits. The first step before proceeding is to prepare the fruit being used, trim, wash, and drain the pieces, and cut larger fruits into even slices or uniform pieces. If you're using a hard fruit like apples or pears, be sure to poach the fruit beforehand. Once the fruit is prepared, line a tart pan with pâte sucrée. Dock the dough with a fork throughout to ensure it bakes flat. Dust your bench lightly, just enough to keep the dough from sticking. Your dough should be between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch thick, no thicker than that. You can lay your tart pan on top of it and should have at least a 1-inch border all the way around to make sure that you have enough to cover the bottom and go all the way up the sides. Make sure the dough is relaxed and not sticking to the table before you put it in the pan. Easiest way is to roll the dough up onto your pin. Have the pan ready right in front of you. Roll it in, and then we'll adjust, lift it up gently, relax it into the pan. Try to make sure there's no air bubbles in the sides or under the bottom. Okay. Quick, easy way to take off the excess is to either use your hands and just push outwards, or you can use your rolling pin and roll it across. Next, we'll take a fork and dock it. Very quick and easy, just light little taps. Next, to be absolutely sure it bakes flat, lay a sheet of parchment over the pâte sucrée and then evenly spread dried beans or rice on top. This will help weigh down the dough. When the pan is fitted with the dough, place it into a preheated 350-degree oven and blind bake until fully done. Before assembling, prepare the apricot glaze. Heat the apricot preserves and water in a saucepan over medium heat until melted. Once the preserves have melted, strain the mixture to remove any remaining pieces of fruit. Just push gently to help the liquid push through the strainer. When the tart shell is cooled and the glaze is prepared, carefully remove the shell from the pan. Put your hand underneath the bottom, let it fall down like a bracelet, and then carefully slide it off. Next, spread a layer of pastry cream in the baked tart shell, using enough cream to fill it about half full. With your fresh fruit, of course, washed and trimmed, you want to cut them, if you're going to cut the strawberries, in nice, thin, even slices and keep them in their natural position. So we're going to use it to just fan across and just fill in the outside edge. The idea of having the fruit overlapping is so that you don't see any of the pastry cream. Whenever you're using kiwi, make sure you trim all of the brown fuzzy skin off. Also cutting in nice, thin, even slices and keeping them in their natural rows to lay out on the tart. Canned fruits like mandarins are a nice option, especially in the winter when fresh fruits are hard to find. Always make sure your raspberries are free of mold and any other particles from the inside. After topping with fruit, warm the apricot glaze until it is fluid. If the glaze is too thick, dilute it with some water or simple syrup. Just dab your brush in there, but dip off some of the excess. Should be just a light, thin coating, not too heavy or pooling up between the fruit. While this tart preparation is simple and easy, the fresh fruit component means that it doesn't keep for very long. One trick to prolong the crispness of the crust is to brush the bottom of the tart with melted white chocolate before adding the pastry cream to form a barrier. While they don't keep as long as other products, one major benefit is that they are quick to prepare. Fruit tarts are a classic method of showcasing in-season fruits in our beautiful, colorful, and fresh dessert.